You are now listening to the Mayor's Office, where your hosts Adriel and the Mayor talk about sports, music, life, and everything in between. Let's get started.
For sure. Did we start recording? Okay, okay. Ooh, I see the transition. Had to hit him with the Young Dolph, man.
Of course, of course.
Had to do it for him.
Yeah, we gotta give a big RIP to Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. before anything. So rest in paradise.
You have to show him the full respect.
To the
Give him
young
his
king.
full name. Yeah.
100%.
So very unfortunate what happened.
So on Twitter, it's crazy because Young Dolph and white women have been tied together for me always.
That's a weird combination.
Yeah. Whenever I think Young Dolph, I think white woman. But goes back to that. I saw a white woman tweet out this Young Dolph news is not true, and that's how I started hearing about it.
Oh yeah.
And so I went on Twitter, typed in Young Dolph, see what was wanted, and it was kind of rumored that there was a shooting at his bakery.
In Memphis.
Yeah, in Memphis, and I don't know if you saw there was video that he came to his bakery like pretty often.
Yeah. He frequents the bakery pretty regular, so it's crazy that someone can pass away, die, get shot, so close to like where they call home. You know what I mean? Like he was shouting out the bakery, so everybody knew that was somewhere that he frequented. You know?
It's crazy. It's so sad. Like again, in your own town, a place you go, like there's no reason for that to be a place of violence. So
Yeah, and it's been an ongoing trend with rappers these last few years, man. Like it feels like mans are getting targeted. People are dying, not even just in their own city, predominantly in their own city, but people are dying constantly, getting shot by people that have some form of connection to them. It's tragic in a sense. Like it's happening even here in Toronto. Like these up and coming rappers are getting shot and killed before they even touch like their pinnacle or get close to it. So it's sad to see.
It's a lot, man. Yo, like we're used to it, man. There's like when you think about, if you like name off the top of your head how many dead rappers in the past 5-6 years you name. When you think about how much names you name quickly before you even like
before they got where they had to go, man. Like look at Nip, Pop, Dolph. A lot of people just passed before their time. Like it's really sad to see. So I don't know, the hip hop community, like us as a whole, we gotta do better.
This ending this off is pretty sad to see that it's just commonplace now, and it feels commonplace because when we were growing up, bro, like that era, mid 2000s or 2010s, like it wasn't like mad rappers dying. At least it didn't feel like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just didn't feel like that at all. Like my little bro growing up now, like this is, kind of something that's normal to him. So
yeah, I know. This generation coming up, this shit's all regular because you have social media just displaying. Like I feel like TMZ just is engraved in all of our minds as like negative news. Like every time someone predominant in black passes, I'm hearing about it on TMZ. So it's fucking crazy, man. Like social media is definitely letting all these things like be a lot easier going when it comes to our mindsets.
Facts. I think we're starting off pretty somber. So let's give a proper upbeat intro because you do got your drink and your two-step.
Yeah. I mean, this is the first time that we're recording in the evening. So I already told Adriel what it was, man. Fridays, Saturdays, I'm a drinker, smoker. But Sunday to Thursday, taking it easy, man. Taking it easy. So I had to bust 2 drinks for Young Dolph. Man.
Yeah, maybe we might have to have like a different graphic or something for the nighttime pod.
Yeah.
Like you are now listening to the nighttime pod because
Yeah.
So maybe that's something we got to do going forward.
But for all those that are listening right now or watching us on YouTube, this is the Mayor's Office podcast. We sit down here, myself and my co-host,
Adriel Smiley official, aka the Godfather, aka AdrielSmiley.com.
You can see we're not like completely smooth because this is what, episode 4?
I thought that was completely smooth. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nah, man, I saw a dramatic pause there. Maybe it was dramatic. Maybe it wasn't.
Everyone who was listening, they were on the edge of their seat to hear who I was. So I think that it worked perfectly fine.
Fair enough. And to those people that are listening, me and Adriel, we sit here, we talk about music, sports, and everything in between, like what's going on in our lives. And speaking of which, I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. What's new with you?
Started a new job, and I was sick.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
Thank you. So basically, here's what happened: was I was training, and then I was sick. It wasn't COVID; it was the flu. COVID-like symptoms, but we are here still standing. And I missed basically a week of work because
Your first week?
second week.
Ooh, those are very important weeks at work.
So I basically forgot everything that I learned in training. My first shift back, they said, Adriel, it seems like you know what you're doing so far. I feel like we can just throw you in there. And I'm like, are you sure it's something you want to do? 2.5 minutes later, I'm there on my own doing the job. Everything went fine,
Yeah.
And didn't get no angry emails the next day, but
Well, that's good. Well,
that's how it went.
two things. One, I am very happy for you. And
Thank you.
two, as someone that started a job like fairly recently, a new one, you got to milk the I'm new card.
What?
You got to milk the I'm new card. So when you get in there, you make your first couple of mistakes, be as humble as you can. Even if it's completely your fault, be as humble as you can, because you got to milk the I'm new card, because you only get about 6 to 8 months with that I'm new card.
What? Listen, I'm the one who stretches. That's me. When I used to work at a restaurant, I did not know people's names for like 18 months.
Yeah.
It was like people are there dating relationships. I'm like, I didn't even know you swung like that. Damn.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm new. I should have known. Like,
And even like I've been in positions of management, so I've seen the I'm new card used on me, and it kind of softens me up a little bit, man. Sarah forgot to wash the floors last night, but she's new, so I gotta let her go. You know what I mean? Jacob forgot to wash the dishes, but he's new, so I'm gonna let it slide.
No. The new card is and I'll tell you this, it's flawless, and I am an expert at it. This is how you really get down with the new card. It's that's how we do things. No one told me that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my training, man. My training wasn't up to par.
It's 14 months later. I had no idea we were supposed to be doing it that way.
But after the 8 months, though, I do want to warn you, you can't use the I'm new card anymore. After the 8 months, you make a mistake, it's kind of on you, man.
I'll tell you where you're wrong, because it depends. If you work with someone more than another person, you can get that new card off on the person you don't work with.
Fair enough.
Much. And you can play the slight blame game of, every time I've been doing it like this.
How long does that last, though?
Listen, man. It can last a long time.
Listen. For you kids out there that are, or adults that are starting a new job, just play the I'm new card at the beginning, but at some point you got to pull up your socks, man.
Yo, I think you saying it lasts 8 months is wild.
No, it depends on the turnover. So if you're working a job, right, and it has a lot of turnover, then you can't play the I'm new card, because people are getting fired left, right, and center. You're going to have to start training somebody a lot sooner than you thought.
Weeks.
Exactly. But if you're working a job with a low turnover, and you tend to be new for about 6 or so months, depending on your team. So that's where I got that from.
No, and I'll tell you this. My previous job, I held that I'm new card for basically the entire time I was there, because it's a bunch of lifers. Like, if you work somewhere where it's a bunch of lifers and everyone's been there for 5-6 years, you're a little 9 months.
It's nothing to them.
It's nothing. It's
Man's been there 5+, 10+ years. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, I literally just got here, man.
And additionally, you have the I'm the youngest person here card too, so you can use that at certain jobs as well.
No, 100%. And I feel like what you said is good advice, because I do feel like it's hiring season. Like October, November, before the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know why is that the case? It's like,
I mean, I don't want to get too technical, but like I got friends here that have worked like finance jobs and stuff. And I've worked in the past, but it's usually a quarterly thing.
Okay.
Like sometimes these jobs, like maybe they hit a rough like Q4, so they end up having to let go people, and they just came off of a hiring freeze, so maybe they need to like add some bodies in there. But that's usually my theory and thought process.
That makes sense. This is like I don't know if this is a hot take, but to me, the good part of the end of the year usually ends in October. Like Halloween is usually where the year goes downhill, and then you have Christmas. But we say about fourth quarter makes sense. Like Halloween, but the end of the year is usually like pretty.
Yo,
trash.
it's funny that you said October is cool because October has a holiday. December has a holiday.
November
the biggest holiday, Christmas. But does November have a holiday?
Oh man,
I think November might be the worst month out of the year, if I'm being honest with you. Sorry if anybody here is born in November, but like November is terrible, man. It just starts getting cold.
November is pretty.
There's
sucks.
nothing to look forward to. It's windy as fuck outside, man. November sucks.
You're a wild man, yo. We have Remembrance Day. Support the troops.
Remembrance Day for sure.
Yeah, Remembrance Day.
No, for sure. God support the troops and ones who sacrifice their lives for us. Have any of you guys watched Disney's Recess?
Yeah. Of course, that's a
Recess?
classic, man. That's a classic.
Okay, perfect. November is Randall.
Yeah. It's just that one person you know is gonna be there, but you fucking hate him.
Yeah, like 6'9" academics in like one.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, November I think there's just nothing to look forward to in November. I'm not even a look forward to in the month type of person.
Yeah.
Like, life is just life to me, but.
I mean, everybody hates February, and I was born in February. I'm an Aquarius. One thing about February that people hate is it's the coldest month out of the year. But you still have a 1-2 thing to look forward to. You have little wifey there, shorty there. You have your Valentine's Day. It's Black History Month. There's a 1-2 thing you can look forward to in February. And it is the coldest month, but it's the shortest month too. But November sucks, man.
November doesn't have anything of value other than Remembrance Day. I do want to make sure we Remembrance Day. And listen, and Movember for all the dudes out there who have hair on their upper lip raising money. Appreciate y'all, but that's not enough to swing me.
Nah, November sucks. But after November is December, and you already know what that is. It's Christmas season. How you feeling about Christmas, man? It's coming up, bro. It's faster than you can blink an eye at.
Yo, it's the 19th. I'm trying to do the math on like how many days I have left, how many weekends before. I'm running out of weekends to start getting gifts. I see some people have stuff wrapped already, which I think is impressive but psychotic at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm still a little behind the 8 ball. I know what I'm getting for most people that I'm getting gifts for, but I haven't caught nothing yet.
So do you usually get gifts around this time of year, like around Christmas time?
Do people get me gifts?
Yeah, do people get you gifts? I know you're getting other people gifts.
Absolutely not. I'm not gonna child to you.
No, I'm telling you, man. Like, at what point you feel like you stop getting gifts? Because I haven't gotten like an abundance of gifts in a long time in my life.
Listen. I've mostly been in relationships. At this point, I'm single, but that's the only reason I will be getting gifts.
Oh yeah, outside of relationships, I never haven't been getting gifts for years.
There's no gifts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this year, I'm gonna be especially giftless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hear that. I feel like as soon as you get a job, so when you hit like that 16 to 19 range, that's when the gifts like really stop. Like you start looking under the tree, you don't see Ralph as much as you did before. You know what I mean? You don't get those like envelopes with cash in it anymore. You know what I mean? That your Uncle Tom from across the road would get for you. Nah, man, Uncle Tom don't give a fuck about me no more, man.
Man said you don't see Ralph as much.
You don't see it, man.
It's crazy. The second you start making money,
Yeah.
like my little brother now, he's 17, so
Mhm.
he's working at Tim Hortons. He was working at a car wash before, so he's about his bread right now. He's about his peas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's about to enter into that stage. And I'm like, do I stop giving him a gift? Like, am I going to contribute to it? Because I usually get him, like, some fly shit, some drip. And I'm thinking, like, he's at the age. Is it more real of me to stop giving him gifts or more real of me to keep giving him gifts?
I mean, it depends on the relationship with your brother, but if it was me, I would not get him a gift, man. Okay. That man can go and afford it himself. The point where I realized that I was becoming an adult, a lot of people have different things like, oh, they graduated high school or the first time they had sex. No, the point where I realized that I was an adult, was when I had to buy my own video game console. Once I had to go in my pocket and get my own video game console, then I knew I was an adult. Nobody was buying that shit for me, bro.
That's the realest shit because I haven't bought a video game console since my parents bought me a video game console.
I'm telling you, man.
So that's the realest shit. Like, that's kind of when you realize, yo, I'm an adult now. This is on me. Like, it's funny because not getting gifts for people at a certain age, it's like there's no conversation about that. That's what I want us to make sure that we're clear about.
Yeah.
No one ever sits you down and says, okay, this is gonna be the last year you're getting gifts. Going forward, I still love you the same, but there will be no gifts to a company that love.
Yeah, it's facts.
They just stop. Is that not disrespectful?
No, it is.
Like,
Especially
no
amongst
sit
black
down.
people, like we don't even say like, yo, you're not getting anything this year. Nah, it's just that's it. Yo. You look under the tree, there's no Ralph. Man.
You're just here like, is this the year? Like,
Yeah. Now when that shit hit me, it really hit me. But then, alternatively, when I stopped getting gifts, I had to start buying gifts. So yeah, I do got a few people I have to get some gifts for, under 17 though. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't think I'll be getting gifts. I do have some gifts I want to get some people. And here's the thing, like, if I got a good gift in mind, I'm like a thoughtful gift giver. Like, I'm trying to get you something that's like, you could use to be helpful to you. You know, I'm not a gift card type of person. I hope that you don't get it or no one else gets you what I'm getting you in the time between now and whatever. I'm saying, I don't want you calling me saying, yo, I just bought. No, I don't want to hear that. Be down low, down bad. Don't buy nothing. Don't have nobody spend no money on you. So
that shit's tough, bro. Cause that time of year you got Christmas trying to eat out your pocket. Then you got Boxing Day, eating out your pocket. Then you got to do something for New Year's, eating out your pocket. Then you get a little breather in January, and then boom, you know what happens. February. And what happens in February? You gotta go get a Valentine's gift and do the most. So that's how I feel about this time of year, man. It's a lot of money spending, but keep people happy in your life.
It's a lot of money spending. I gotta say that Boxing Day, like how you treat Boxing Day is really how your money spending is gonna go.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That's like Boxing Day. You're staying in the crib, or is it gonna be like you're you're gonna be out there spending?
Because you can't just go to the mall on Boxing Day and buy nothing. You're fighting too many people for that, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I used to be like a accompaniment person, be like, oh, you trying to go? All right, I'll just go.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I got a tracksuit and a pair of kicks, and I'm like, I didn't come here for this.
You see?
And it's like, or I might not get anything, but I'm just out the crib all day. Fighting for my life on the road. Like,
I definitely had both like options. Like, I had some times when I was staying at home and just watching the NBA, and then I had some times where I was fighting, pushing, kicking, shoving, just to get a pair of socks at Sport Check.
All right, yo, I got something for you. Do you guys do the online shopping Boxing Day?
Nah, man, I'm OG with it, bro. I gotta get in the mall and physically, I don't like going to retail and getting things online on retail. I hate that shit, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to come back and get something too small or too big or anything like that. Even shoes, I gotta feel like the shoe on my foot.
Nah, I'm the opposite still. I'll order on the shoes I'm wearing now are ordered online. I'll order online for sure, especially because me, like, I'm more, bro, fuck fashion, dog. I'm all about being cozy. Like,
jeez,
that's really what it is for me. So I'll get everything just like a size big, like, just in case.
Nah, everybody go throw a like on Adriel's Instagram, man. Every single picture with a nice fit, man. Drop a like for that, man.
Yeah, so that's why I got size big just in case to be safe.
Yeah.
And then usually, I'm definitely shop online with the deals on Boxing Day. Like, it's usually electronics that the deals are on.
TVs, man. All I see is just cheap TVs, man.
And it's like,
don't see nothing different.
I'll say this. I may have a problem in this way, but when it comes to electronics, I spend all at once. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were to hear me say, oh, I bought a mic last week, expect in the next 3 weeks for me to buy, another how much money in equipment. Like, it's just like a contagious for me. So when it comes to Boxing Day, I just stay away because I just know I don't have that in me to just buy just a charger.
When it comes to like Boxing Day and Black Friday shopping, I'm very competitive. Like, I don't want to go to my friend's house. Like, shout outs to Yaps. He's one of my homies. He's in the background there. He's watching the pod. I don't want to go to Yap's house and he has a 60-inch TV and I only got a 55. Now I'm pissed. Now I got to go get that 65-inch TV. Like, sometimes I really want to, like, get something that's similar to what somebody else has. Like, I want to go to your crib and be like, oh, shit, yo, that's how your computer works? Yeah, I got to get that computer, too.
It is really like that. It's crazy. And the thing is, you talk about, like, the TV size. That's literally what happened in my own house, how I got my TV. My brother got a TV in his room. 48 inches,
Mm-hmm.
splat across the wall. I said, okay, you're living life. Me, I had my little monitor I was using for work, but not really a real TV because, in the basement where I have it, I got like, what is it, 70-inch TV. And I'm like, there's no point in getting two.
Living life.
But he had a TV in his room, and I said, you know what? I need an extra TV. Now I have two TVs in my room, and I have a 54-inch TV in my room.
Wow.
As well as the monitor.
Just because you saw him with that. That's crazy, man.
And it's funny because when I think about it now, I'm just like, there's no reason for it. Am I broadcasting live from the space station? Like,
no, it's not necessary. You know what it is, bro? It's toxic masculinity, and I embrace it to an extent. I know it's wrong, but like, it's just a part of who we are as men. Sometimes we get a little toxic, we get a little too competitive, and it leads to some negative things. So it's something we gotta work out of us, but it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time.
No, that's big facts. That's big facts. Like I feel dumb for this to really happen like that, but I really walked into his room, saw his TV, and was like,
this little nigga, this little nigga. Yeah, I'm telling you,
with a big TV.
I'm telling you, man.
So that's really what it was like. So
facts.
And especially like, listen, electronics had a good price. I know we're going kind of back here for a second, but there's a time when I knew people at Best Buy and it was discount city over there.
Oh man, yo, when you have that friend that works retail, bro, nothing beats.
I had a friend that worked at the Source, and if you work electronics, I'm getting a case for my case. Like I'm in there doing that shit.
Nah, I'm telling you, man. Like I got friends that work at Sport Check. And I gotta check them anytime I need to get a pair of shoes or something like that, and it's all love. Like I don't feel like I'm using them or anything like that. Like it's always respect first.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't just hit you up after I don't talk to you for a year or some shit like that. But yeah. You always gotta use your friends in retail, cause when you're working retail, your friends will use you too. So you gotta, you gotta throw that back still.
Nah, facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take a little vote from everybody here, cause I know everyone is on the interwebs. So everyone saw the pictures, videos of Drake and Kanye, yeah?
Yes, that's correct.
And in all of those pieces of media, Drake looked like it was a forced friendship.
Like he was under duress?
Under duress is a good way to put it. It looked, you know when your mom or your auntie's going to see some family and they say, come with me, like be my +1, and you're like, I really would rather not be
definitely
your
been
plus
there.
anything. That was Drake. Now let's fast forward. Kanye and Jay Prince. Who looked more under duress?
I would say Kanye looked like he was doing a ransom note, man. Like he had a gun to him, bro.
Is Jay Prince the most powerful person of all time?
Bro, I had to sit back and be like, yo, how is Jay Prince getting these millionaires and billionaires to link up? Like, I don't know how much pull this guy has. Maybe because I'm younger, I don't know. Like outside of his era, but Jay Prince has a lot of power, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But I'm really with you. Like, so let's go back to the Shoutout interview one more time. They did an episode about Jay Prince for Hip Hop Evolution.
Okay.
So watching that episode, I got a little more of an understanding of.
That's
who
on
he
Netflix.
Was. Yeah, on Netflix.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
And I got a little more of understanding. Still does not match up to the ransom note from Kanye. Like Jay Prince feels like he was like the Suge Knight.
It's crazy. Jay Prince was just standing there stone faced while Kanye's reading the letter. Like, I don't know. That one caught me off guard, bro. I didn't really expect that.
Jay Prince, if you're seeing this, I got love for you, bro. Like,
yeah, you're the best,
like,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Jay
big,
King.
I don't know how you
Jay
pull
King.
that.
yeah. Jay King, you're not a prince of me.
Yeah, I don't know how you pulled that shit off, man.
Bro, and then Chappelle came and he performed.
Oh, yeah.
In Toronto. And then I think he performed prior to that. He was at Drake's house or some shit like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then Kanye went to Drake's crib, and then they took the pictures and shit. So
Drake and his party that was forced on him. That's the other thing too. That day was at Drake's crib, makes it seem more forced. Like I know no one brought that up before, but I'm like, Drake obviously didn't want to come.
Oh, we're still talking about the.
We're talking
Chappelle?
We're talking about the shorties. And
we're talking about the girls
at Drake's crib.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it was. I think it was even more forced to be at Drake's crib, because I'm like, they were in LA when they did the first video talking about, yeah, we're going to do the concert. How the hell they end up at Drake's crib?
Yo, it's
Kanye.
Definitely some side section like OVO man's like that invited them or something. Someone Drake adjacent. I don't think it was like Drake himself. It was probably one of the homies.
Drake's above that.
Yeah, I think Drake's above that, to be honest. But yo, you'd be surprised, man. Like, I'm not putting nothing on him. But you'd be surprised, like some of the girls that like these celebrities would be talking to.
I'm telling you, man, you would be surprised for sure.
Definitely.
For sure. You have anything to add to the you would be surprised?
I'm not surprised. Of course not.
Nah, I'm saying, man, like if I was a famous celebrity at a mansion, then one of my homies is eventually gonna pull up to the mansion.
Listen, this happens at every party. This is just we're getting the unseen, uncut footage right now.
Yeah, that's
because
it.
we have TikTok.
That's actually true.
There's always a few.
Even Drake is not immune from having some shorties.
Like, who do you?
Like a no phone policy.
No, as I'm saying, it's their first party. They just said
They didn't know how to act.
Yeah, because there's some girls who probably are like, once a month they're there for a party, whatever.
Yeah.
These girls are probably their first time.
Definitely first time.
And they said, you know what? I know it's gonna be my last time. they knew they couldn't keep it together. They said, why even try?
Yeah.
I know I'm a mess. Let me just
Yeah, you see the one girl caption? She had the hashtag light skin.
Yeah.
No, but she was missing a T. It was light skin.
No way.
Yeah. So that might be true.
Man, Six Balls was killing them, man. Because I saw it, as I said, I saw it on different media platforms. So that shit was fucking hilarious to me. So I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are Drake and Kanye doing music together again? Do you feel like that's happening? Does J Prince have that much power?
I think yes, because Kanye keeps dragging Drake into it, and Drake keeps getting dragged into it. So why we not get dragged into a track too?
I mean, that'd be highly anticipated.
You know what I mean?
That's what she was to get dragged into a track too.
Yeah, you can the whole interview we did with Nori, Drake's in Kanye's head, Drake's in Kanye's head on some Game 7 in the finals.
Bro, you guys watch the video of it was a Drake Kanye talking about how Drake plays his games. He's like, yo, Drake plays it's like
the mind games.
Mind games. He'll call your girl. He'll call your.
Yeah, he's been thinking about Drake.
Yo, he's really worried about Drake.
No. But I gotta say this though, Drake is actually DMing all of California. I
can see that.
I know. I do want people to realize that. Keem and Kendrick spoke about it before we mentioned it, maybe episode 1.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I want to make sure because 2022 is gonna come to light even more. Drake is DMing all of California.
I think he's a serial DMer. Right? Yeah,
well, what?
There's a girl that I follow who posted a Drake DM, and the man Drake just sent a smiley face.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, and mind you,
what else would you? What else would you post? Anything else you put is gonna be used against you.
True.
No, listen. I'll tell you what I would do because I do it right now. That
this guy is different.
That GIF of Rihanna where she winks and points. That's the one. Next.
I'm definitely out the game, man.
I'm in R right now. I'm like, damn, that's working.
That's hilarious.
That's what's in now, 2021. Gifts.
What? Come on.
I feel like gifts would be good. Yeah.
Listen,
it's more entertaining.
Listen, I'm a gift guy. You could say a full thing to me, and I would just find the perfect GIF for it, and that's what I'm saying. My friend was asking me to choose some clothes. She's like, oh, do you like this? What if I got this? I just found the Michael Scott. Nope, don't like this at all. That's it.
Nah, gifts can definitely get the job done, bro.
But here's the thing that I realized a long time ago, that the game is brazy outside.
Nah, the game is wild.
The internet should not make you look less cool. People are already just less cool in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If anyone has met anyone who you've ever looked up to, anyone famous, and you're like, whoa, y'all are not cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The internet helps you look cool.
Yeah.
People looking less cool on the internet, you gotta imagine
bad.
how uncool they are in person. You know what I'm saying?
I seen Jay Crowder. You try to holler at this.
Oh,
6 out of 10.
That was bad.
You saw it too, right? Yeah, bro. The game is just weak, man. You expect millionaires to,
Nah, but that's the thing. Well, why are we correlating millions to game? That's the problem.
That's facts.
And if we're going to correlate it, let's just do a negative correlation, because the more money you have, the less game you probably need.
Yeah, it's true. Money
they're
does
terrible.
provide availability.
And also too, but this is I just realized matching out like this. If I had money and I was really famous, whatever, I would not be a DM demon. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
I would be in person, baby girl, that would be me, you know what I'm saying?
But then again, though,
you be in person, dude.
But then you'd be like, yo, I'm limiting my options because you have to see them to holler at them. You're online, you're like, yo.
if I see you, I can verify if you're verified. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I can really see if you're a real, you know what I'm saying, what it is. 2, I can really know what it is from the energy. It's not on no like, you know, are you gonna try and play me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That just means you gotta be on your feet a lot. You gotta be really moving from party to party, you know.
But yo, there's 2 levels of the famous guy that's DMing though. There's 2 levels from what I've been seeing. There's the man that came from nothing and the man that came from something. The man that came from nothing, he had a little more game. You know what I mean? Like,
they're still both bad.
No. But I'm saying there's a man that was broke that could still try to pull a 1-2 girl. You know what I mean? He has a little bit of game as opposed to a man that's been up at an early age. That's what I think.
That's true.
And I'll say this, like, I think that people are definitely just more to link right away. Just like in general, like, but it depends how you are when you link. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some girls might be like, oh, I'm auntie, a celebrity, whatever it is. And then you link and it's like, nigga, you not funny, you not what you know what I'm saying, whatever it is.
There's a lot of those, yeah.
So it's like, I think you're right about the energy of the dude who's like, he was broke, so he had to holler regardless. You know what I'm saying? So he might have more confidence to be in the DMs when it's time comes to show up. He might be on the same type of time.
Yeah, pressure makes diamonds. You know what I'm saying?
Pressure makes diamonds.
He's putting in work. You have to work hard to get where you got to. You know what I'm saying? Like when if you look at it, broke niggas always have the baddies because they have to really like have their game on point. They're funnier than other people.
True.
Right? Look how persuasive a broke nigga is.
Nah, broke and ugly, yo. They
know how to make them.
You know, listen, that makes sense why I'm so funny. Broke and ugly together, that makes
bro, that's why I'm here spitting bars.
I'm gonna hit you one more. Broke, ugly, and short, man.
Oh my god, this guy.
I wouldn't have been in my situation right now, man. Extra personality.
Nah, you need it. You need it. Like you need it badly. Like, but here's the thing I say. I realize now that like, even if you're a fans person, you gotta kind of meet girls in a normal way. And now Instagram is included as a normal way. Twitter included as a normal way. But at the end of the day, you're still like kind of the same hurdles, whatever. Like,
fair enough.
You know. So and listen. Not every hooper has game. You know what I'm saying, like we've all hooped. Not every man on your team has game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
someone's gotta play their role, man. Play their role.
Some of them are just hoopers. Like 6'6" on my bio. Like, you know what I'm saying? I won't lie though, my first year at York, I had 6'4" on my bio. After like 6 months, I'm like, yo, what the fuck do I have 6'4" on my bio?
You realize you're corny.
But that's real life though.
No, but when he took it out the bio, then I'm like, okay, now I can fuck with this guy. He's a cool
because no matter like Rock were hating on the hype back then. I don't know why.
Like, yo, man, get this guy out of here, man. He's causing too much turbulence, yo. Get out of here, yo. Too much turmoil in my parties, man. All right, got a question for you guys. All right, back keeping it on the relationship talks and whatever. Okay. Don't want to get too deep in it. But is taking a girl to a movie a good date?
Personally, I would say yeah, but I know that there's a huge contingent out there that's against a movie date. Me, if we're gonna rock, we're gonna rock. You know what I'm saying? So how we're gonna behave in a movie is kind of etiquette we're gonna have if we're gonna be spending a lot of time together, regardless. So that's easy. I could just tell right off rip. If it's gonna be demon time, then that's where we need to be as well. If we're gonna just kick it, that's where we need to be as well. So to me, I think movie's a good date. But here's the thing: I usually wouldn't just do movie. It might be movie
with a supplementary, like a dinner or something.
You know what I'm saying? Or we go for a walk, something like you know what I'm saying. That's not the bulk of the time you're spending.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
But I listen. I've had some great success.
Yeah.
From the movie, so you know what I'm saying. Landmark Cinemas, Cineplex.
Landmark Cinema.
This guy has landmarks.
Cut us a check. All right. The reason I brought this up was more so for the first date. I don't think that you get a lot of that interpersonal feel from just going to the movies. I had a friend that took a girl that I feel like him and the girl would have like had a good relationship or whatever, and it kind of broke off because he took her to the movies on the first date.
See, man, but here's the thing. I gotta say this. I may not be the person to have this conversation with because most of the time, if I have a first date, then I'm Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Just me showing up is usually enough to get the job done. But my most recent first date experience, it was great. It worked well.
All right, that's cool, man.
Me and Shorty were fine. We still rocked out. Me and Shorty still talk to this day. So as of now, the first date for the movies has worked well for me. But here's the thing: I wouldn't suggest it. It would not be like, yo, we should go to the movies. If through talking I find out that's something you're into, or there's a movie we want to see, like something Marvel, something like that, then I could be like, that's, you know, we could do that.
So you're not swiping on Tinder and instantly, yo, let's go to the movie.
No. The movies is not my go-to for sure. Like, it has to be like, oh, you, because if I don't rock with you, we go to the movies, like, I'm gonna be cheesy. Don't talk to me if I don't rock with you while I'm watching a movie. Just don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to rock with you in the first place.
I gotta focus on the movie, bro. That's why I feel like when your relationship has a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of time in there, then you can drop the movie.
You know what? This is what I said about the person to ask, because I also am not like, I don't say I don't really care, but I'm not really interested in like trying to entertain someone on a first date like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my priority. I'm not here thinking like, I gotta make sure she's like, having a good, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, listen, we decided to do this thing that is fun. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna have fun doing it. If you're gonna have fun doing it, that's up to you. I'm gonna have fun doing it. We decided to watch a movie. I like the movies. This movie's gonna be great. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know, if you want to talk to me, I'll talk back. But that's not, you know. So maybe it's easier for me to go to the movies because of that reason. Like, I'm not worried about her being bored. Like, I'm like, you
take care of yourself.
Yeah, like, I didn't say you had to come. You know what I'm saying?
So for both of you guys, what's your go-to like first date?
I think George gonna answer this first because you're at the game. You said, right? So
I don't have a game, fam.
You said you're out the game.
Oh, I'm out the game, yeah. Oh, honestly, I think it was a movie, but we didn't even end up watching the movie.
All right.
We just ended up like chilling and just like spending time just talking and shit. Cause like,
was it like a Netflix and chill movie?
No, we just leave. We went to the movie theater. We parked in front of the movie theater and we're like, yo, fuck it. Like,
oh wow, that's what's up.
We're just talking. We're just talking. Yeah, we're just talking for a minute, and like the time for the movie like started past.
Yeah.
And we're like, yo, fuck the movie. We're just chilling and just kept talking.
Oh, that's what's up.
I felt that.
And that was just lit. Like, I feel like if you want to really meet and get to know somebody, you have to actually converse with them and talk to them.
Yeah. For me, I did a sushi and chill. So it was like we went out, we got sushi, came back, talked, you know, got a good vibe, energy, and then like, you know, locked in.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know if I have a go-to first date. I done a picnic first date. Like, you know, we go set up somewhere. I've done like, yeah.
Oh, man, this guy's making me have to fucking. Let me take my story back. No, for real. You just cut that out.
Because I'll say this, like, this girl put me on to picnics. A whole different girl put me on to picnics because what happened was we pulled up on my crib, whatever. We went to the spot, the picnic spot. On the way, we stopped at random spots and we get strawberries from here, got grapes from here, and the picnic became like a whole activity on its own. So it's like normally dinner is just dinner. Like, I might scoop you, but we'll meet at dinner, and that's dinner. You know what I'm saying? The picnic, even if you don't go shopping together, the nature of I bring this, you bring this, the nature of you doing it. It's a whole y'all do an excursion together technically, but it's still just one meal. So
it's a vibe. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put people on that are currently low on funds in the summertime. You go to Baskin Robbins.
I knew nigga would say ice cream. I swear to God, niggas gonna say ice cream. This is what niggas gonna budget do. This is budget nigga 101.
You go to Sweet Jesus and you guys get some ice cream. Make sure there's a park nearby and you guys walk and talk.
But that works
$20.
Not gonna lie, that would work though.
No, and it works. You get a lot of interpersonal out of there. I'm telling you, man. But yeah, that's my idea for anybody that's low on funds in the summer.
Listen, the low funds dates
are the best.
No, I'm amazing at like low funds dates. All of a sudden, I'm Luka Doncic in the cut. You know what I'm saying,
bro?
Like that's where I thrive because the low funds dates you get to actually talk the most or whatever. Yeah. And I turn into Dave Chappelle, and all of a sudden, you say they don't forgot that their stomach is grumbling.
But I feel like when you're putting a lot of money into, like, let's say you take a girl first date to like a Harbor 60, for example.
No.
Yeah.
Right. I say that's what because there's people who do that.
Yeah.
But because they're up, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And they don't have what game. We talked about this, right?
Yeah.
So what they do is they take her to the Harbor 60. She's so infatuated by the Harbor 60. She's loving the man off. Yo, oh my God, babe, took me to Harbor 60. It was blessed. Oh, I love this guy. Boom. Then
Yo, you know
next
what-
week, it's us. It's like this is another guy I met.
You know what's fucking up the cheap dates? Fucking social media. Instagram's, yeah, COVID too. Instagram stories,
Yeah.
Snapchat and whatever. Like sometimes your
Yo.
other person wants to post where they're at. Yo, you don't want to post there.
The Instagram dates that these girls are seeing are kind of ruining it for you. But here, listen, I don't want him to do what I do because I am blessed and highly favored by our Lord Jesus Christ, so I live a different life. But if you do want to take a girl on a date, take her on a date that you could take her on 4 times in a row. That's the date you got to take her on. If your budget is ice cream, if your budget is ice cream and you can afford ice cream, and if you had to go every week of the month,
Yeah.
take her on that date that you can afford to do that.
Hopefully she's not lactose, man. That's a lot of ice.
Yeah, because that'd be bad for both of you.
4 times lactose. Yeah.
Facts.
But whatever date you can afford, that's the date that you should take her on. So that's what I'll say is like stay in your budget that way.
Yeah.
You know, if it's $100 date, if you can't do that every week, then you shouldn't do that one time. Start.
But I would say, maybe you have to throw that in every few often.
Yeah.
Because you can't be a piece of shit.
No.
Right?
Every
Because you can't just
every
do the same thing
person
over and over again.
They deserve
But
something quality.
You can't
No,
set
no.
a super high standard though.
What?
You didn't hear what he said. He said you can't be a piece of shit.
Okay.
No, but I'm just saying though, because you can't like set a super high standard. Like you're saying, like let's say like, the very first date you take her on is like a crazy date.
Yeah.
You messed up big time, buddy. Because now you have to always match that level
I
of.
hear what this guy's saying. That's
Right?
hilarious.
But if you do what he just said, you do what you actually can afford, and you're smart about your life,
Yeah.
right? And you don't set yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
You know, you know, every now and then though you say, yo, okay, you know what?
Now we're
Because I saved all this money from ice cream every week, I can take you on like, you know, for steak.
And to be fair, you should do the steak once in a blue moon, you know? Like you can't just feed ice cream all the time.
And if she's
Absolutely.
vegetarian, just get Beyond Meat.
Get a tofu thing.
Yeah,
from
fam,
an
it's
expensive spot. Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
nah.
No, I hear what you're saying. That's absolutely right.
No, that's useful. You gotta have the mix. You gotta have the specials, nice special days where you go to that extra spot for sure. You need to have some of those for sure.
Yeah. You need your other person to feel, you know, good, like dress up and plan that out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right. So we talked a little bit about dates. One of the most popular dates on the menu is the Netflix and chill.
The Netflix and chill on the menu.
You could take your other person to the movies or whatever, but the Netflix and chill has been a staple, especially during COVID.
I've never done that as a first date, by the way. But
No. Netflix and chill as a first date. I don't know.
Nah,
if
that's how you
gonna
get
be-
canceled, bro.
Yeah. I don't
You
know
don't-
how
you
long
don't-
that
you don't do those
relationship's
ones.
gonna last, but
Yeah.
at the same time, watching something is always good to speak about with that other person. So, is there anything that you've been watching lately that you'd recommend?
I'm a little late on this show, and also I haven't really watched enough to recommend it, but I'm gonna recommend it anyways. Is Dexter. I just started the first original Dexter.
The original Dexter.
The original
Oh my
Dexter.
gosh.
I'm like 5 episodes in.
Okay.
It's funnier than I thought it would be. It's also funny because I feel like he should get caught already. So I'm like, how y'all gonna do like 8 seasons of this?
Yeah.
But
That's like the Flash.
Flash
Didn't
saves
need to get
everything.
canceled. Yeah.
And it's like, so Dexter is good. It's funnier than I thought it would be. Dexter has hoes, which I didn't see coming, but
It just goes to
Dexter's
show they love the niggas that don't, you know, don't do the most.
All right. One thing with Dexter, I gotta let you know, bro. There's 6 seasons. Just stop at season 4.
really,
Yeah. Season 5 and 6, it's not it, bro.
really,
Yeah, it starts to go down. But one good thing about Dexter is they just actually restarted it
yeah, I saw that.
10 years later. So I've been watching that because I watched the original Dexter. And yeah, it's been pretty good. So I think you're in for a little bit of a trip.
So what's the new one? What's the like premise behind the new one?
So I don't want to ruin it for you. I don't want to give you too many spoilers.
Okay, spoilers.
But you just starting fresh. I'm not gonna tell you what happened, but like it's 10 years later. And yeah, some unexpected circumstances.
Yeah, no, I'm excited at Dexter to watch now. I haven't like watched anything new yet. I've been watching a lot of Mad Men. That's one of my top shows.
Yo, you like doing the throwbacks, man. You just finished Girlfriends and now you're on Mad Men.
And I was looking for something. I'm looking for something new to watch because I really want to watch all the top level shows that everyone says are like the GOAT shows, you know. So Dexter is like the next one that people put in that range that I want to watch. But Sopranos is in there. I gotta watch Sopranos.
Yeah.
And then I still gotta finish Snowfall.
I can't even finish a whole season of a show anymore, bro.
Are you streaming or like what's the deal?
Like I can't like most shows like by like the halfway through the season I just get like annoyed by how like the plot is so simple
Yeah.
and the character should be caught already.
Yeah.
Like the way you're
You think
acting
it's
is
too
just dumb.
practical, yo.
It just I know, and I just can't. I think like, the more like it's hard for me now to just get into shows. I rather
Fair enough.
I play
What's the
video
last
games.
one? What's the last show that you watched all the way through?
Bro, every show that I can remember, I stopped like before it ends. Like Breaking Bad, I watched like up to
Oh my
season
God.
5, and then after like the break, I'm like,
yo, Crispy, cut his mic.
I'm like, bun this.
Crispy, cut his mic, man. He's done.
Game of
like,
Thrones, the last season, the last like 3 episodes.
All right, that's fair.
I'm like, yo, bun this. This
That's
is dumb.
fair,
I'm
that's
like, this is already dumb. Like, what's going on here? Okay, this is dumb. No, and I just stopped there. Like, once the immersion breaks for me, it's really done. Like, and it happens so frequently. Like the Flash. Like when you're fighting a guy with a cold gun and you let the guy shoot the gun and you're the Flash, I'm done watching the show. Cause how is you're the Flash?
No, you're right. So sometimes the practicality of a show, like, here's the thing. I like to suspend reality though,
Yeah.
like for a second.
Yeah.
But the second that I'm suspending reality, but they try and make it more realistic, it's like now you lost me.
Bro, it's the writers, man. Like they get to a point where they think you're an idiot, you know?
Exactly. I think the longer seasons go by. So I usually I exaggerate the same
that's a good
season,
point.
one season, maybe like 3-4 seasons.
Yeah.
But like the 4th, 5th season going and the stretcher, it's like okay,
They
bro,
run out
like,
of shit to talk about.
and then it
and
gets
writable.
lame real quick for you.
Yeah.
And especially like sometimes these storylines, like they take them so left that to continue the show, it has to go like so left again.
And that's the way
And
it
it's
was.
like that's what I realized. Sometimes a show being shorter is better because it's like y'all could just actually just write it to the finish. Some of these shows is like
No, 5 seasons is like
yeah.
some of the peak shows that you'll ever watch. 5 seasons and that's it, bro, or less.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I went to the movies again after I watched Dune, and I watched Eternals, the Marvel movie, and it was very Midwest.
Okay.
Yeah, I put 7.5 out of 10, but I think it was just when I like initially watched it.
Oh, it's
so I
less
had
than
it in my brain. It's definitely a 6.5 or something.
Oh my god.
And I'm a big Marvel guy, but yeah, it just wasn't hitting, bro. It just wasn't hitting.
I'm sorry to hear that because I felt like it was going to be stale from the commercial. I wonder how that even got in there because the Marvel shows have been top tier. So So it's kind of weird that they would put out a movie like
I mean,
this.
yeah. Like this phase is like phase 4 or whatever for Marvel and shit. Like it's been pretty like hit or miss with some of the projects that came out.
I think it's the build up.
Yeah, it's the build up too. Like we built up all this time to get to Thanos and whatever. So now it's like starting fresh. But I am anticipating Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man looks like it's gonna be crazy.
That's always a classic.
Spider-Man, I think, got to save them. They had this little doc on Disney Plus about how they started the MCU and how Iron Man was the first guy. This whole thing. And it's like, thinking back now, it's like he helped them have to like push forward, being the first one.
100%. That was like 07.
You know what I'm saying? The Iron Man movies were good to begin with. Tony Stark was that guy, like, you know? And it's like, they kind of had to have a new
set of people.
And the Spider-Man, technically, I think is supposed to be that.
Yeah.
Even though we kind of already
have that,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, wondering, who do they have in the pipeline? Because even like Tony Stark, people didn't see that coming, you know? Robert Downey Jr. was not... He was obviously a big actor before that, but that was, you know, his biggest.
Yeah,
his face just fits, bro.
No, he fits. He is Tony Stark.
They don't have
like it's like Wolverine.
like that.
But
like,
yo, one thing with
no
that it's
is
the newness of it. Like he came in as Iron Man, that shit was new. Now it's like, I don't want to say it's fatigue or anything, but there is a lot of movies coming out. But at the same time, we're not having that time with a character, you know, that's brand new, fresh. Now all the main characters, the major players, like the major comic book sellers, we've seen it all so many times.
Yeah, the last I would say fresh superhero character was Daredevil, which is like not even really a part of this.
It's a big show, by the way. If anybody's
the show,
watching,
yeah. I was like, who's Big Show? But it's like, it's finding who that person is.
I feel like it's because they don't really expand on characters. They really did Iron Man. Like Iron Man, they really like layer this guy's life in front of our faces.
Yeah. You don't get the 3
Like,
movies and the time and
Hulk,
shit.
I've been a big Hulk fan. I feel like Hulk is like could be that guy.
He's been that guy already though. If you think about it,
The first Hulk movies were not it, and then they they gave the man erectile dysfunction in the last Avengers movies. Like, that's not a way for a man to be the king, you know? Like,
Yeah. That being said, there's a few projects I'm looking out for, bro. I saw this article recently because I do want to watch King Richard.
oh yeah.
Will Smith, just being like Serena and Venus's dad and whatever in their startup in tennis and whatever. And the article said, it asked, what is Will Smith's best movie?
Okay.
And I have an opinion, and I feel like it's the same as yours, but I'll ask you first. What is Will Smith's best movie?
Well, we got to throw to George first because he has the wrong answer. So let's hear his wrong answer first, and then let's get to some of the right answers.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
I'm Legend.
I'm not feeling that one, man.
I Am Legend is up there, but you know it's just not
Top Will Smith movie though.
It's not. It's
Like
not,
it put me in the feels when the dog died. That's all it was. Like that scene right there.
Nah,
had
it hit
me,
a
like,
lot of people's stuff.
no, for sure.
I was like,
for sure.
Hit a
not
lot
the
of
dog.
people. What about you, Crispy?
Kill Will.
Crispy, what's yours?
Me, I got Ali.
Ali's up there too.
Yeah, Ali's a good one. Ali's a good choice. I just feel like he did better acting after Ali. Ali was like, you know, his early times, but he did better acting after that. Mine's Pursuit of Happiness. That's just...
Man, I knew we were going to have the same one, bro. I knew it.
I'm telling you right now, like, I've converted a lot of people to Pursuit of Happiness as if Pursuit of Happiness
It's a cult?
was a cult, is an artist. Like, I put so many people on, but when you watch that movie, like, from the front to back,
Yeah.
one, you think about how bad it is he's going through because basically every scene is something different happening.
Yeah.
And it's over. It's just kind of it's a spiral, so you're just not thinking about it that deep. But the scene of him going from the shelter, sleeping in the washroom, all these are back to back. He's wearing a suit the next day,
It just keeps getting worse.
and it's like, listen, yeah, you could have been down bad, but this is like
This is not
you know what I'm
bad.
saying? And mind you, his shorty was cussing him for the first 10 minutes.
Shitting on him.
10 minutes of the movie,
Shitting on him.
and his kid just has no clue what's going on.
He was down.
It's like, yo,
horrendous.
we're sleeping in a bathroom stall today. All right, bet. Let's do it.
Yo.
And I saw recently the clip when he got the job, and like that shit just hit me, bro.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. Like, that movie is top tier in terms of one of the best inspirational movies. But I think that's his best movie just because, for sure, Denzel could have done a great job. Jamie could have done a great job.
Yeah.
But that was his version of being like, you know,
in that kind of role.
that kind of role. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still more the like funny character, like maybe some bravado or whatever. But he's not really the.
He's Will Smith in a lot of movies.
Exactly.
I think that connection makes it more real though, because you're so used to see him in such a positive, like outgoing, fun light. It's like every scene in Fresh Prince where he would be sad, and how much that would hit you versus when he was happy. It was always like that, cause like yo, Will's always, oh fuck, Will's not good. Oh shit.
Man, we know the classic scene when his dad came back.
You brought up saying he's Will Smith in every movie. He's like too famous. Like there's certain roles I'm like he's too famous.
Yeah,
for
he's bigger than the role.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he's been Will Smith for like a decade now. You know what I'm saying? So in half of these movies, it's like, why is Will Smith, you know what I'm saying, in a child care center? Like this is not what real life
why is he
like.
pickpocketing with Margot Robbie?
You know what I'm saying? It's like, why is Will Smith in disguise?
I think the one where he went to space with his kid, that one kind of almost failed.
After Earth.
Yeah, that one failed. No,
that one was weak.
Yeah.
All right. So that's big that you said that. That's big that you said that. And Kyle said it's the worst movie ever. I want to ask you guys, what is the worst Will Smith movie? I got my choice, but I will go last.
Worst Will Smith movie?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a word. After Earth would have to be it, but I consider that more like a Jada movie than a Will movie. You know?
True.
Nah, but you can't say that because that's like they're co-starring.
Yeah,
they're co-starring. I'm gonna go with Wild Wild West, bro. Wild Wild West was utter garbage.
I like Wild Wild West, man. I'm
oh
not
man, you like the song, bro. You don't you don't like the fucking.
I do love both of them, the Will Smith one and the Cool Mo D one. But I actually like the movie, but maybe because I'm suspending reality.
He hates that movie, man.
Yeah, even Will Smith came out and said that he doesn't like the movie. He came out recently and said that he didn't like the movie in some GQ article.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked it, but he doesn't. Men in Black is a movie we just haven't named at all.
No, that's just a classic.
No, just a classic. But I just wanted to make sure we name Men in Black because we're talking about Will Smith.
Yeah, and you know what? Throw Independence Day in there.
Like every single one too. Like, to be honest.
Yeah. No, not everyone. The first two.
I liked all three, to be honest.
All right, man. Everybody has their own opinion, man. Everybody's entitled, bro.
They're in the black.
They're in the black. All right, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I called it.
Call what?
I called the Bulls being good, bro.
Oh, facts.
I call the Bulls being good. I call Washington, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I was pretty hype on Golden State. But the Bulls are looking good.
The Bulls being for real is crazy, man. DeRozan's top 5 in the league in scoring.
Crazy.
Like, it's pretty wild. Like, I was never a DeRozan man like that, but I really gotta give him his props right now. Like, you know, he's holding it down.
Shout outs to DeMar, man. He just showing the league why he needs to be an all-star again, bro. He's back in the East. Maybe that was the issue.
Well, this is totally unrelated to basketball, but I think it's the braid up. I think he has to keep that braid up for the entire year because I don't see anyone else in the league jacking that. You know, when you see people do something, and you're like, oh, it's about to be popular. Everyone's going to be doing it. It's the opposite with what DeMar's doing. I think this is just going to be him, but I feel like it's his signature look now. Like, this is going to be his big all-star season. Every time you think of the season, you think of him.
Braided DeMar.
Exactly.
Yeah, because nappy hair DeMar in San Antonio wasn't really saying too much.
It's like Fro Kobe and clean cut Kobe.
Yeah, there's two different Kobe's.
You know
That's facts. But yeah, the Bulls are playing really well, man. Like, they've been beating some good teams, so it really caught me off guard in the sense that I thought they would do well against bad teams, but they're doing really good against like some of the top teams in the West. So. Yeah. And despite a lot of injuries too, a lot of their bigs have been out. So
yeah, Derrick Jones had a good game.
Yeah.
I forget who they played, but at the center. So now they're actually for real as like I think they're for real as a playoff team. Like I don't put them ahead of Brooklyn and
no, definitely not. But they're there.
But no, they're definitely right there. And man, like Caruso and Lonzo
defensively,
they're both ends, man. They're both because I feel like they have competent guard play like the whole entire game. Yeah, you know, even though DeRozan and Levine play a lot of minutes, it's like Caruso and Lonzo are doing like a Kyle Lowry impression, just running the point, pass, cut.
Lonzo's such a good fit with those guys, man.
Yeah, for real.
I feel like the NBA has an issue with patience with like a lot of the young players. Yeah, there's a lot of like win now. So then, in turn, you lose a lot of time with these players. Yeah, and you write them off. And then it goes with the coaches too, bro. The coaches are getting fired left, right, and center. But like, to be honest, you got to give that coach time to develop his players into the style that he wants to do too. So I'm happy for Lonzo, bro.
I like you said about development, because it's like everyone has a different type of version of themselves on a winning team. Like, you look at someone like Kyle Lowry. He was scoring 20 points a game for years with the Raptors while DeMar's doing his thing. All of a sudden, Kawhi shows up. Larry's scoring like 14 points a game and we're a championship team.
Exactly.
And it's like Lonzo, maybe Lonzo on a championship team isn't 20 and whatever, Maybe Lonzo on a winning team is actually more what he's doing now. So it's like he's been playing winning basketball, and if he was to put up these crazy numbers, it wouldn't be as impactful.
I think the NBA, actually most sports with multiple players on a team, it's all situational. Yeah. You go on the right team in the right situation, then you're good. Like Draymond went to the right culture with the Warriors. He got drafted at the right time, and he just fit. You know what I mean? But if you put Draymond on a different team, you might have that mentality, but he might not get the same looks.
Yeah. Now fit is important. We're seeing it right now with Scotty Barnes and the Raps. Like fit is important. Like, even like imagine if we got Jalen Suggs. Like, think how much guards we have on this team. Yeah. Between Fred, Dragic, Gary Trent, like. Jalen Suggs is going to be buried for minutes. Like, Malachi Flynn is definitely not going to budge for Jalen Suggs, Yeah. Scotty Barnes, a great fit with our team, and you're seeing him thrive. So I feel like, fit's super important.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, Toronto, we're in this trend where we're getting a bunch of, like, 6'6" to 6'9" guys that can do everything on the court. So, Scotty Barnes was, like, a good slide in, and he's, like, playing really well right now. You're seeing it in his stats, you're seeing his production. And it's another thing that you could put up stats, put up numbers, but when you're getting like shout outs from big name players like KD and stuff that are explaining how he's seeing the game, it gives you an added perspective for sure.
Nah, Scotty Barnes is definitely doing his best OG Anunoby impression. So
OG's out, bro.
He's injured, man.
Shit's crazy, man.
Yeah.
We get back Siakam, and then boom, we lose OG. But how you been feeling since Siakam's been in the back?
Siakam is still Siakam right now. You know, take that however you will, whatever side of the Siakam fence you're on. Siakam is still Siakam.
Yeah.
But he is the only player on the Raptors who's getting to the free throw line at all. So, you know, he's helpful in that sense. But I'm not a big Siakam guy. I do feel like just not even a better player, an as good player, but with a different skill set would be more helpful to our team. Because just the way that he scores is just, you know.
Do you trade Siakam for Simmons?
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Whoa. I don't know about that, man.
I'll trade Siakam for just a bag.
Damn, this is turning into Siakam hate right now, man.
No, I'll tell you right now, like I'm on a Siakam journey in a sense. The championship year, I was bigging up Siakam, like, and the following year after, I was like, you guys are understanding. Siakam is the one who scored the winning shot to win the game. We remember Fred and Kawhi and Kyle. To win the game, Siakam scored the winning shot over Draymond Green. It doesn't get more real than that. You know what I'm saying? Comes to Siakam. So I was big on the Siakam train. I'm bigging him up. The bubble year happens. We see him miss every layup known to man in that playoff.
I just don't think he was ready to be that guy yet. And we just talked, to be fair, we did just talk about fit. So maybe he wasn't fit to be that number one guy. But if you do put the right people, around him, though, he can produce and make winning plays.
For sure. And that's why, and me wanting to trade him is more about fit, because you said he wasn't ready. Obviously not. He obviously was not ready.
If Masai was able to pull some trade and get somebody in here that was quality, you don't think Siakam would be a good piece to the Raptors?
No, he still would be a good piece, but I think that the way our team is now, it's hard to get a piece to go ahead of him in the pecking order in terms of scoring. With what we have, like, that's hard to do. You're not going to trade other players and get someone ahead of him. But if you had someone who scores as much as him but just scores differently, it would be a different fit.
But then Simmons wouldn't work, though, because they both score in transition.
Honestly, right now, it's crazy to say because Siakam missed all those layups and Simmons don't even want to take those layups. You know.
Yes, we had to take a little break. You know, some technical things. So we're still on the NBA a little bit. Who's your MVP? Straight up, who's your MVP?
Wardell, Stephen Curry.
I hate the fact that I agree with you on a lot of these things, man. We're supposed to be contentious in this podcast.
No, that means that we're thinking right, because a lot of times we don't even, you know, go over what our answer is for some of these questions, some of these things. So I think that means that it's the right answer if we both come to it independently.
Fair enough. Steph is definitely the MVP, man. This man is cooking. It feels like nobody can guard him, and the Warriors are just winning games. All right, I'll make it a little harder for you. Who's second in the MVP race?
I say Kevin Durant.
Okay, I fuck with that.
I think Steph is just putting so much space in between him and every other guard. Like, when you watch him play, and you think about like these other teams, it makes you put in perspective like the really gap. Like, Steph and Dame is a good example. I love Dame. Dame's not having a good year, but this gap between Steph and Dame has always been large. Obviously, in the points, it's not that big, but to winning, I'm watching possessions where they have Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins dribbling the ball up the court, and Steph is running around screen after screen, or to stand in the corner, or being a decoy. Yeah. Draymond and Andrew Wiggins are not way more talented than C.J. McCollum and Norm Powell, or whoever else is on the Blazers to bring the ball up. You see what I'm saying? But on the Warriors, the way they do things, they just...
Yeah, I was talking about it earlier, like the fit and the culture, yo. And those mans, like, they have the pieces just around Steph, so it's going to be scary when you get, like, the second Splash brother in there.
Yeah. KD for second MVP is just because KD is KD.
Yeah, KD's just that dude, bro. It is what it is. Yeah. Like, I honestly think on average he's the best player in the NBA. Same. But Steph is just cooking right now. It's just what it is. But yeah, KD's definitely that dude for sure.
100%.
And I feel like the Lakers need LeBron. That's the next thing, man. These guys are playing buck wild basketball.
Oh my God, the Lakers, man. Being like, it's not as bad as when Kobe left.
Yeah.
But like, being a Laker fan, that's how I feel right now. It's almost like I feel like it's the Ingram Lonzo teams. Like,
yeah, it looks rough, man, and wild.
You remember when AD was playing with Drew, and it was like the best they could do is like an 8th seed. That's what this team is like. Like, when I see AD not wanting to score and he's passing to Westbrook, it's
hard to watch. It kind of shows me, because sometimes I don't I'm so used to LeBron, like
Yeah.
all these years, kind of shows me the impact that he does have on the court. So that's for sure.
Nah, 100%.
I got something to ease your mind
Okay.
as a Laker fan.
Okay.
And you're going through it, trials and tribulations throughout this season. It's been rough.
Most definitely.
It's been rough. Something you gotta listen to though.
Okay.
Kind of ease your mind, especially this weekend. Silk Sonic, man, they dropped their album.
Yeah, Silk Sonic's album is. I gave it a 9.5.
What did I text you?
Album of the year.
It's album of the year.
I want to push back though on album of the year because I feel like
Really?
we had to really stop and think about this. I think Call Me If You Get Lost is still in that running.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? I do think the off season is still in that running. I do think that Claps and Sunbeams by Arlo Parks is still in that running.
You know, I haven't heard that.
You gotta hear it. You gotta hear it. It's good. Arlo Parks is the truth, but this is definitely in that class.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's no less than 5 in the rankings for sure. But I'm trying not to have recency bias. You know, it sounds like album of the year.
Nah, recency bias is a big thing.
It sounds like album of the year. You know, like I'm
Yeah.
hyped, but I'm trying to be respectful to the past albums. You know.
Yeah, fair enough. I just feel like the production values and stuff, the way the two artists can kind of interconnect and like
Perfect.
bounce off of each other, and the lyrics, man. This bitch got me. Come on, man. This shit is just gonna go viral. Like I Anderson .Paak's voice and Bruno. Like I wouldn't foresee them being a connection,
But it's perfect.
but it's perfect. Yeah, and I saw a clip that you posted. Like Anderson .Paak was underlining Bruno
Bruno's
for
tour.
his tour. So that's pretty dope that they started working together.
Yeah, you know what it feels like? There's already like 3 songs on here that are probably gonna be playing for the next 45 years. Like this
Classics, man.
album's been out for 12 days or whatever.
Yeah.
There's already a good amount of songs that I'm like I'm gonna be listening to these for the next generation or so. So just in that sense, it's already a classic album. What's your favorite song? Do you have like a number 1 song that you run to play when you play the album?
Leave the door open. Leave the door open. Number 1 song. That is bringing the vibes back, bro.
Leave the door. Smoking Out the Window is a jam.
Smoking
too.
Out the Window is a big tune.
Fly As Me is my favorite though. Fly As Me is a track.
That's a good song. That's a good song.
Yeah, nah. Album of the year, you're onto something still. I guess when we do our actual year in review, we're gonna have to actually settle it. It's gonna have to be definitive, but.
Or when the Grammys come and mans get the Grammys, politics aside, you already know what it is.
Every single Grammy.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything else you've been listening to?
I've been in a dark place, listening to the new Adele.
Ooh.
The new Adele, she tried some new sounds for sure, and she got a little different. There's a song where she's crying on a voice note, which she usually doesn't talk at all on these.
Yeah.
But she still has that ability to take you to that place. I was thinking about every girl that I ever loved, every girl that didn't have a crush on me back. Like,
yeah.
It really was like I was like, this is crazy. Like I can't listen to this one time. I gotta take a break.
So Adele, 30. That's the album to listen to for this week for sure.
Well, for
It
sure.
came out today.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All
For
right.
sure.
I heard a couple tracks, but I didn't get as deep into it. Like I didn't hear the voice note or anything like that. So I'm gonna definitely give it a listen. So
She has a couple R&B tracks. There's a couple tracks that are like more R&B type vibes on there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I see you, Rich Paul.
All right. Rich Paul's putting a little spice in Adele's life, eh?
I see you, Skepta.
All right, so shout outs to Adele. I guess that's looking like the album to take in this week, eh?
100%.
I had some time to sit with the Summer Walker a little bit longer, and my last take was it wasn't as good as the last album before it, but it's pretty quality, man. There's some hits on there for sure.
Nah, it's still super smooth. Summer Walker is like shooting a great percentage from the field right now. So
Yeah,
big shout out Summer Walker.
I think she has a lot of social media backing. There's a lot of like people that are like vying for her and stuff like that, and her fans. I'm seeing the opposite with another person that dropped today, French Montana. A lot of people been hating on French lately, man.
Oh man,
A lot of memes and TikToks against him, bro.
Let's get to it, man. I was not even following French on Spotify. I didn't listen to the album at all.
Man, you're hating, man.
That tweet that you told me about where someone said, "Can you name 10 French songs without a feature?"
Yeah, it was a tweet that they said, let's make one of the Squid Game games naming 10 French Montana tracks without a feature. and people were going crazy. French actually commented.
Yeah, I couldn't find the tweet. I'm gonna look for it again after this. Anyone in the comments of this, give me your 10 French songs.
Man, you're hating on French. When I was in high school, Mac and Cheese was a big mixtape series.
How long ago were you in high school?
Man, don't make me date myself on the
Okay.
podcast,
And
but
continue.
it was about a decade ago. And Excuse My French was like my high school. I'm not my high school, my like college vibes. You know what I mean? There's a lot of tracks on Excuse My French.
No, those two definitely were the vibe, but it's like he has put out tracks since then. You know, I mentioned Lockjaw. We played No Stylin'.
Yeah.
Earlier.
Unforgettable.
Unforgettable for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That I always forget that's him, but it is technically him. But it's like I'm not checking for him. You know, Mac and Cheese times you could say you might have been kind of checking for French.
Yeah.
I don't think you're checking for French. Are you checking for French for real? Like,
Bro, I listened to the album today, this morning.
That's not what I asked you though. Are you checking for French?
I'm not checking for no man, to
Okay.
be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't know them personally, but I listened to the French album today. Like, went to the gym, whatever. Listened to it a little bit throughout like my work day and whatever. There's a couple tracks on there, bro. There's a couple tracks. Give it a chance, man.
How many songs are on the album?
I think about 12. I want to say, but you could check that.
I'm gonna do some quick math. This is gonna be like our one and only math of the podcast because you said a couple tracks.
Yeah.
I want to do the math on what's the percentage of good songs if you're saying there's a couple tracks.
All right. So is this how you rate albums?
This is part of it.
So if
There's 21 songs on here. So you said a couple of
oh
tracks.
shit, sorry, I only listened to 12.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was 21
So
songs.
out of you're giving him three out of the 12, 2 out of the 12.
Out of the 12, I'll say there's 4 to 5 songs that I would listen to a few times before the year's done.
Okay, so I'm not a mathematician, but 4 to 5 out of 12 is a fail. There's no school you can get into with that percentage, not even York. So
not even your shots. Okay.
So I think that if you're giving him he right now is a 4 out of 21.
No.
You have to listen to the rest.
I only listened to about 12 songs.
About 12, but he still has a fail. So to me, I think my point stands with French Montana. Like you gotta at least have a pass. I don't need it to be like 10 of my favorite songs of all time.
Yeah.
But at least make a playlist.
Man's on social media were hating because Drake, because of the whole Travis Scott shit that's going on, Drake decided to pull his song because he felt like right now is not the best time to put out music.
Oh wow.
So because of that, people were dissing French.
Oh wow.
Saying the only reason I was gonna listen to the album was because of Drake. So
wow.
that is very unfortunate for French. But yo, French Montana, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm checking for it. I'm checking for you. I listened to They Got Amnesia, half of it, and I'll probably listen to the other half this weekend. I'm gonna try to pull Adriel to listen to it too.
I think the title They Got Amnesia is way funnier than we're giving the credit for. Like
You saying it fits, eh?
You listen to not the whole album.
Yo, French saying, y'all niggas forgot about me. I'm back.
No. He's not saying he's back. He's saying he's just saying
You saying I'm
forgot.
still here?
He's not even saying he was. He's just saying you forgot and leaving it at that.
Oh, fair enough.
Which is a fact.
All right. Do me a favor, and what was the album you wanted me to listen to? You said that it was gonna be up for album of the year in your opinion, and I said I hadn't listened to it.
Oh, Collapse in Sunbeams.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to Collapse in Sunbeams.
Oh my god.
Listen to the first 12 songs on They Got Amnesia. Oh, he just liked it on Spotify. Perfect. So listen to that, and then when we get back on the next pod, we'll discuss.
I'm so excited for you to listen to Collapse in Sunbeams because you're gonna come back to the next pod, and when you see the gap in quality,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I want to start doing this. We'll probably start doing this in a couple of pods, but I want to give everyone like a non-rap suggestion every week. I feel like we talk a lot of hip hop.
That is absolutely fair.
And I think I'm gonna start bringing that to the pod. So Collapse in Sunbeams is technically my first one. Arlo Parks, black girl out the UK. She's just doing her thing, man. Singer. She's like a little, pop neo soul type vibe.
So maybe going forward in the pod, maybe we have one song each that's not rap. And yeah, that'll be our shout out. We can play it towards the end of the pod.
No, I like that. I like that for sure.
Okay. And for everybody that has made it this far in the podcast, this has been episode 4 of the Mayor's Office podcast. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty crispy, man. This is definitely our latest recording of all time. It's funny because we started off the pod talking about nighttime pod energy.
Yeah.
And looking at the end of the pod energy now is very hilarious.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm still feeling great. I feel like we talked about a lot of good shit. We had A3 for now, but George A3.
Yeah, shout outs to George for pulling up to the pod, man. It was really important for people to kind of get a perspective of one of the creators in the city. So shout outs to you. You guys should follow us on Spotify, YouTube, and soon to be Apple Podcasts. Anywhere you guys can find podcasts, you guys reach out to us. You guys can also follow us at The Mayor Media on Instagram. Adriel, how can people find you?
You can follow me at adrielsmiley.com. All the links are in the biology.
Man, you already know what it is, man. We're out.
Thanks for listening to this episode. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, and anywhere else you can play podcasts.